Welcome to the 5 on 5. Joining us today is Jerry and Ann Horton of Lawrence's Jewelers. Thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thanks for having us.
for having us.
A very long history in the Rogue Valley. Talk to us a little bit about how the Jewelers all began.
Well, my grandfather started the store in 1908, and they came by train from St. Paul, Minnesota, and started the store. Of course, he had worked in the same manner when he was in St. Paul, so it wasn't, that part wasn't new, but he found a store and it was going out of business, so he bought up their merchandise, and there he was in business. So
wow. Now 4 generations later, 107 years, and Jerry, you got started as just a little tyke.
14, yeah.
Oh my
After
goodness.
school, yeah.
How has the industry changed over the years?
it's changed a lot. Even when I was working full-time, it had changed from my grandfather's time. I mean, during World War II, it was really hard to get merchandise because everything was going into the war effort. But in later years, we got into not only the jewelry, which we carried, and watches, which we always have carried, but we got into china and crystal and sterling silver, and those were going really pretty well. We kind of built that up to the point where when brides got married, they naturally wanted to come to Lawrence's to register what gifts they would like to receive.
Yeah.
So we had a pretty good business there for a while.
107 years, and now you guys have made the difficult decision to close. Jerry, you've now been taken over the Jewelers for the last 40-something years. Tough decision to make. Why did you guys decide to close?
Well, I'd like to retire, so and unfortunately there's nobody in my family that is interested in continuing on, and there's nobody in my brother's family or anybody else that in the family that wants to continue on. So whether I close now or I keep going until I die, I mean, it's going to end with me, which is unfortunate because I never wanted the business to end with me, but I would like to have some retirement. So instead of selling the business and giving it to somebody that we don't know and don't know what they're going to do with it, we're just going to close it.
Okay, a tough decision to make. We have much more, including how much longer you guys will be able to come get some jewelry from you right after the break. Welcome back. Joining us once again is Jerry and Ann Horton of Lawrence's Jewelers. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We were just talking about how 107 years of business, and now it's time for Jerry to take a break and to retire. Talk to us a little bit about what's going to be next for you.
Well, continue doing a lot of the same stuff that I've done. I mean, I've played music, been playing music quite a bit for the last 10 plus years. I used to race mountain bikes, and I'd really kind of like to do that again. I miss it a lot. It's a little tough to do being a musician as well, because usually musicians play at nighttime and mountain bike racing is early in the morning, but I did it before and I'd like to try it again.
One thing to work 40 hours a week, it's another thing to run a business, so I know that that's probably taken up a lot of your time.
Yeah, definitely.
So how long will people be able to stop by and see you guys?
Well, we're going to start a sale, and we're going to plan on going through the holidays through the end of December. If there's still more left, we'll go into January and blow out what's left, but definitely planning on going through December. I mean, if it all goes before then, I don't know what we're going to do, but
okay.
But yeah.
You'll be there for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And while we've got you, you guys know the jewelry business. Can you share any secrets? Anything that people might not know about the jewelry business?
Well, I think one thing that's very, very important is continuing education in jewelry, because there's so many substitutes and treatments that people use on gems, and it's really very difficult for somebody who's not in the industry, who hasn't studied any of that, to recognize when somebody has done something synthetically to change the stone and to make it look better instead of what it really is. So
interesting.
Those are things that are very important, and if you don't know anything about jewelry, you can get stuck with some pretty bad stuff.
Oh. You guys know it well. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to sit down with us.
Sure.
We wish you the best as you continue this journey for at least a little bit longer, 107 years. That's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.